We live in a twilight world. I'm in the mood to make a quick video, and I think this one will be quite interesting. So I've titled it Quantum Sleep. Yeah, a play on words from the TV show Quantum Leap, and I'll get into that in a second. But I'm back working in construction as of late, which ain't such a bad thing, you know. I swore to myself I would never work in construction ever again back before the scamdemic days, but I've had such a big break from construction that I've gone back to it now, and it ain't so bad, you know. I just needed a massive break from it. The money's quite good, which is handy this time of year and after all my adventures and that. But anyway, it means getting up quite early, right? You know, in the construction game, you start quite early. So the other night, I go to the gym. I go really late when it's empty. I got a 24-hour gym. I like to go when there's no one around, man. It just makes it a lot easier for me. I can just get stuff done. I can train hard. I haven't got all these fools walking around, all these kids with their fucking tripods out filming themselves. I can train and get out. So it was leg day, smash legs. Got home about 1 a.m. Yeah, 1 a.m. Just trained legs. And I set my alarm clock for like 4:30. My alarm clock goes off. And I'm just dead tired, yeah? I'm so fucking tired, I snooze that. I snooze that alarm. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm self-employed. I can turn up whenever I want. I can turn up at 10 o'clock in the morning if I want. No one, you know, I'm my own boss. It doesn't really matter. And I'm no spring chicken anymore. And I realise that I need a lot more sleep than I used to when I was younger. But, man, I was snoozing. Yeah? I was pressing the snooze button. And it was amazing. I was jumping in and out of dreams like crazy. Because I've got two phones, right? One you'd say is the work phone, and the other phone is that phone I use when I'm doing my Illusion Warfare reports, the iPhone 8, an old iPhone that's got quite a decent camera on it. And because I can't trust these phones, they're not reliable, sometimes the alarm clock doesn't go off, I put an alarm clock on each one. And 2 on each one. So I do like an alarm at 4:30 and then an alarm at 4:40 or something like that on both phones. So anyway, I'm snoozing these alarm clocks, and every time I snooze, I'm going straight back into a deep sleep, straight back into a deep, vivid, almost lucid dream. And it was amazing. Now, just to let you know, I must have snoozed it for about 2 hours. So for 2 hours, every 10 minutes, different dream. Bum, 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 bum. Jumping into a different dream. It was fucking crazy. And fun as well, man. I haven't had that much fun in dreams for a long, long time. I know a lot of people at the moment, or definitely over the last week, have been reporting very, very vivid, lucid, almost real, to the point where, you know, people are waking up with sore knees and stuff after a dream about you know, having a skiing accident or something like that, man. So yeah. And I kind of, you know, you kind of wish that you had like a bit of a prep for this, or a bit of like foresight. You knew it was coming, so you could kind of like play with it. But it's also fun going into it random. I just can't get over how crazy it was, just jumping in and out of these different dreams. And as we all know with dreams, right, the whole dream time is completely different from real time. So in those 10 minutes of snoozing between alarms going off, it was like eons of time were going past. And fuck, man, I can even still remember the dreams right now. I had plenty of flying dreams. I even had a dream I was back in Cyprus on that red Vespa scooter, like doing like a downhill kind of slalom race. You know, my soulmate was in one dream, and I remember I high-fived her too hard and she got annoyed about it and gave me the cold shoulder. Yeah, the flying dream was amazing. I could basically fly over water. and I could just get to infinite amount of speed over water. But the second I started going over land, the speed and momentum would start dropping. So I'd have to get to a certain point where I'd have to get my ass back onto water, recharge up my speed again, and just keep going over land. I was doing all these kind of acrobatics in the sky. It was just brilliant, man. So yeah, I'm interested to know what you guys are experiencing right now with dreams. Quick swig of my coffee. And yeah, this, if you're looking at this picture right here, that's how I describe it. Just jumping in from one portal to another into this different dream world. It was crazy, man. Crazy. And I think that day, yeah, I didn't end up going to work until about 10 a.m. Like I said, man, I'm self-employed. I don't do what the fuck I want, really. I just ended up working late. I ended up working until about 8 o'clock at night. But I might try and recreate that experiment, because the veil right now in reality is become very thin again. You might have noticed the synchronicities are off the charts again. I'm going to do some other next videos talking about the synchronicities that are going off, but I'll let you know about one. Okay, so the other day I was talking about Chinese water torture. This is a type of torture where you supposedly, you tie the condemned down and you have an irregular drip of water dripping on their head. And it drives them insane, basically, because they're tied down, they can't really do anything, they've just got this ice cold dripping on their forehead. And over time, yeah, man, it sends them loopy, because their whole world revolves around when is the next drip going to come. And I was basically, the reason I brought it up is because I was saying that's what many people online are doing to themselves. They're Chinese water torturing themselves, waiting for the next bit of doom to come through the Black Mirror Black Cube, and they're just sitting there waiting. A bit like Q drops, really. I mean, the clue's in the name, yeah? Q drops. They're waiting for the next drop to drip on their head and slowly drive them insane. Of their own free will, they're doing this. They're Chinese water torturing themselves. So I don't know what day that was. That might have been a Monday. The very next day, I'm doing a recording with Emily Moyer. And I go and park in the car park where I usually go and do my recordings, where I've got really good signal for our cross-Atlantic conversations. Lo and behold, where I parked, there's a dripping right on the top of my car above my head. And it basically ruins the whole podcast for me. Because this drip, when's the next one? Drip. It was just really putting me off the whole conversation I was having with Emily. Funnily enough, I just messaged her now saying, listen, if you want to bin, I suggested let's bin that episode off, because I was fucked. This dripping on my car it just knocked me off. But how weird is it that I spoke about that the day before, and then literally there's a dripping on my head the very next day. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. But yeah, man. I think I'm gonna try and mess around with the old quantum sleeping in the future. I don't know if I don't recommend people do this in the long term, maybe now and again. But if you really kind of exhaust yourself at the gym, really make yourself tired, and then set an alarm, before you've got your decent amount of recovery sleep, you're going to be in that kind of, what do they call it? That hypnagogic state. Is that the word? Maybe it's the other one. You know the word I'm talking about, hypnagogic, where you're kind of awake but in the dream world as well. I mean, I've noticed in general with dreaming that, let's say you wake up naturally, your body clock wakes up at 5 a.m., you go take a morning piss, and then you go back to sleep. That dreaming right there is the best, in my opinion, when you go back into it. That's more memorable, and you can play with it more, in my opinion. That kind of +1 sleep, where let's say you've got to get up at whatever 6 o'clock. You set your alarm for 5, and in that hour's sleep, that's when you can play with dreams. And I've openly admitted this on many podcasts and stuff. I'm not really that good of I've not put that much effort into dreaming and lucid dreaming, or even trying. For me, I just enjoy the surprise of what the dreams throw at me. And I like that. It's like, for me, it's like a mystery film I'm going to see. I don't think I'd really want to kind of control every dream. I'd rather get stuff thrown at me that's just not coming from me. Like, and where is that coming from as well? That's just my opinion. If any experts in dream walking are out there, let me know what you think. But yeah, also with them type of dreams, sometimes they're so intense and so vivid that you wake up the next day, you feel exhausted because you haven't really rested. You've been so busy, I don't know, quantum sleeping, fucking around, whatever, having adventures in the quantum sleep world, that you don't really rest. Your mind doesn't really get to rest, and you'll know you're tired yourself the next day. We live in a twilight world. There are no friends at dusk.